A team not to beat is the Fremantle Dockers, Lloyd. For the third time in 2025, came to Victoria and got embarrassed. In fact, it was a major weak performance from the Dockers. It was St Kilda on Friday night, but they are in a world of strife, I feel, Lloyd, because they set out this year to potentially win a premiership, and now they are coming back to Perth after this game against the Saints on Friday night with numbers that are just nowhere near finals, let alone premierships.
No, it was just a miserable performance by the Dockers. You're about to show some damning numbers where they are stacked. They've got a team you'd love to coach, a midfield which, Brayshaw, Sarong, Bolton, Luke Jackson, Darcy,
Hayden Young. Now, he got injured again in this game, and he's been injured a fair bit, but he was playing initially.
Like Tracy and Amos, I'd love them as my forwards, small forwards at their feet, in Frederick and Sutskowski and all these. So they're all there, but for whatever reason, they are mentally fragile, they're mentally weak, and they don't stand up when they have to jump on a plane.
We'll get to the Justin Longmuir specific part of this conversation in a moment. These are the numbers, and they're as damning as the numbers you just showed against the Suns and the Lions, Lord, with regards to the metrics that win games of footy.
This is worse because they're playing St Kilda, a team who was struggling and not going very well. And St Kilda don't have the most amazing midfield, but 27 minus inside 50, smashed at the clearance. It's just a horrible performance. One of the worst performances for any team for the year.
It is, and it's his sixth season as coach, Justin Longmuir. And when you hear him talk post-match, he's certainly not shirking his own responsibilities in this mess, but it's a worry given that he is now this far advanced into his coaching career.
I think everyone at the football club at the moment should be questioning themselves. The first thing I look at after a performance like that, and any good leader should, is what did I get wrong? I'm not sitting here blaming the players, Craig. I've got to look at my own performance this week, and am I contributing to us being an inconsistent team? So, of course, I'm going to question myself. Can't just sit here and say that's all on the players.
And as he questions himself, I think these players too, Lordo, given how loftily they have now presented themselves in an AFL careers, particularly those first two names on that list, they need to question how they weren't able to stand up in this game.
Yeah, it goes back to leaders, and he talked about he's the leader, Justin Longmuir, and then they are the on-field leaders, and they all had a very poor week. They play Collingwood on Thursday night, so the bright lights are on them again against one of the more organised, well-connected teams. And let's see if they can stand up at home. Look,
I am critical of Justin Longmuir, but I see the score at half-time of that Saints game and they've kicked one goal. So you think, OK, well, that was a complete disaster. What are you going to do about it at half-time to regenerate the mood and the positional changes? And I looked at the third quarter, they added one goal to their scoreline by three-quarter time. Pretty poor performance and pretty poor response.
Yeah, and Ross Lyon coached the lights out. So he realised his midfield wasn't as strong as Fremantle's. He threw extra numbers around there and they didn't have an answer for it.